7 in all, and today I'm going to be doing a whole lot of unboxing. I'm actually going to be doing a little bit of a unboxing series on the 7 in all channel because I just could not fit all the unboxings into one video. I don't think anybody wants to sit here that long. But my mom and I have both done we've been doing a lot of homeschool shopping and kind of stocking up for the next couple years because as you know, if you've been watching my channel, we live overseas in Southeast Asia, but right now we are in the US for a short amount of time and we need to make use of this opportunity to kind of stock our shelves for the next couple years of school. So today I am bringing you a huge curriculum haul and book and resource haul a little bit as well, mainly from Rainbow Resource and from Amazon in this particular video and haul. I'll be kind of moving through these resources pretty quickly. I'm not going to be doing flip throughs or anything in this video, but if you see something that you would love to see a flip through of, definitely let me know and I can make those videos for you in the future. But I'm excited to see what's in these boxes, and I'm excited to remind myself of what we ordered because it's been a couple of months since we made our order and we've been traveling, we've been on the road for quite a while now. So I'm excited to see what's in here. We have quite a variety of grade range stuff in these boxes, as you'll see. The first thing I have here is Life of Fred Calculus. When you hear of most people using Life of Fred, they're usually talking about the apples or cats and dogs, you know, those early books in the series. Well, here we are. We made it to basically the end of Life of Fred Calculus. This is for the upcoming 11th grader. It's quite the hefty book here. So she'll be doing that in the next year. Next we have the Developing the Early Learner, which is a series of 4 workbooks. This one is number 4. These are scheduled in the Sonlight pre-K program. But I discovered since I didn't need to buy the entire Sonlight pre-K program, it was much cheaper to get this series from Rainbow Resource. The price, it's upside down. The price was a lot less coming from Rainbow Resource than it was from Sonlight, so hey, saving some money there. Next piece is kind of a spoiler alert because this is the All About Reading Reading Interactive Kit, which is what you need to buy if you are going to be using All About Reading for the first time. This is a one-time purchase to use with, let's see if I can get this, to use with All About Reading. This is All About Reading Level 2 Color Edition. I'm not going to unbox all the pieces of this right here because we have a lot to get through today. But if you'd be interested, maybe I can do an unboxing of this or a full flip through on All About Reading sometime. You'll notice that this is level 2, and that's because right here, I need to work out a little more. Right here I have level 1 of All About Reading. So this might be a little weird. You might be wondering, why did you buy both level 1 of All About Reading and level 2? Again, this is because of our overseas situation. My son is coming up on the age when he's going to start learning how to read, and we were realizing like we have pieces left behind of different phonics programs that my mom used with my younger sisters when they were much younger. Remember, they're in 11th grade and 6th grade, but we don't really have a complete phonics program. We're kind of starting over homeschool with the next generation. So I decided, okay, we're going to invest in a phonics program. I researched, I watched a lot of Life in the Mundanes videos on All About Reading, so we decided to go with this. And I got level 1 and level 2 because level 1 is not going to last us long enough until we can come back and do more shopping, and there is no PDF version of this. Next, we have more calculus, because when you're doing calculus homeschool, it might be helpful to have more than just one resource. I hope these 2 resources, Matthew C. and Life of Fred, are going to go a lot better for calculus for my youngest sister than it did for me. I used a totally different resource for homeschool calculus, and that class was the one that made me decide not to be an engineer because I hated it. But that's okay, I'm a writer. I always was going to be a writer, you know? Didn't need to do that engineering stuff. Then we have Algebra 1. This is what my most youngest sister is going to be using in the fairly near future. I kind of don't feel like this is for this year. I think it's for next year. But Matthew C. Algebra 1. All right, we finished the big box, so we can move on. And by the way, down in the description below, in case you miss any of these things or are trying to keep track, I will be leaving links to whatever I can leave links to, so you can check out more and learn more about these curriculums and resources. And I also got we ordered this from the Well-Trained Mind when they were having their 40% off sale. We got first grade Math with Confidence, the Instructor's Guide. This is a big book. I'm kind of surprised at how big it was, but I'm glad I opted to get this instead of the PDF because I feel like that would be kind of hard to bind such a big book. But this is the Instructor's Guide for first grade Math with Confidence, and this is the Kindergarten Math with Confidence Student Workbook. So here's kindergarten, here's the Instructor's Guide for kindergarten. So you can see here the difference between the Instructor's Guide and the workbook. This is because this math program for kindergarten is not a workbook heavy curriculum. It's not anti-workbook, but it's a lot more on conversations, on just doing activities, kind of math in real life, playing with numbers, playing with, building real number sense through, manipulating numbers and doing things with them. But we do have the workbook element right here. I'm really excited for this. If you watch my other videos, my son is all about numbers right now. He's loving math. So I'm excited to do this with him. The instructor's guides are in black and white. So if you do get the PDF and print them from home, it will be pretty affordable because it's all black and white. But the student books are all in color. So that is something to really be aware of. I got kindergarten Math with Confidence, and then I got the first grade Math with Confidence. For the same reason I got 2 levels of All About Reading. It's because we're going to be gone longer than it would take to use just 1 level of a curriculum. So you can tell that the first grade workbook is a little longer, a little bit more writing in here, which is a good thing. Moving up in the amount of writing that you do as you get older. But there's math, 2 years of math right there, and these are very affordable. Because we got them on that 40% off sale. I think kindergarten was roughly around $30 for the year's worth of curriculum, and first grade was just a little more than that. All right, that's all the actual curriculum for this haul, and let's get on to the books and the games. These I picked up mostly from Amazon. This one is very, very special to me, and I'm really happy to share this with you today. This is Rio's World, and it is a book written by my sister, and it's a really a baby kind of picture book, like not a long picture book, but the concept behind this picture book is a day in the life of a baby who was born during the pandemic. And I have a baby who was born right before the pandemic. My sister lives overseas in Asia as well, but not in the same country that we do, so we've never been able to see her and her baby since the pandemic began. They've been kind of stuck where they are because of border closures, and she's writing this from the heart of a parent who's experiencing parenthood for the first time with a little baby and all the newness of that, but their world looks very different than they thought it would be, than she dreamed it would be when she became a mom. But the baby's still fine. The baby's having an adventure, the baby's loved and cared for and has a great big family, even if he can't get read stories from grandma sitting on grandma's lap. We've got video calls and so on. And there's sadness as a parent because of some of these changes, that especially if you're an international family during the pandemic that you might have seen. But we're here, we're working to give our kids this great adventurous life. We're here to teach them truth, to teach them grace in all of this. So I'm really proud of her for pursuing getting her book published. You can buy it on Amazon, and I will be leaving a link straight to it down below so that you can find Rio's World and see more of it. The illustrations are so adorable, and it is all based on my little nephew, Rio. But I will link to that down below. The next 2 books I have here are Holy Week and We Believe. These are from the Baby Believer series from Catechesis Books. I already have several books in this series, and I'm currently a brand ambassador for them, so I will leave my discount code down below. It's something like 7 in all 10 that you can get 10% off of any purchase from their shop. But I've really appreciated this series. One thing I appreciate, so this is an alphabet primer. One thing I appreciate is that they don't just do G is for God the Father. They will have, on different pages, they'll have Bible verses, or they will have kind of quotes from important documents in the Christian faith. This is from the Nicene Creed that they will have quotes from. So they go beyond just the one-word pages of board books. They have a little bit more meat to them, and I appreciate that about this series. So this one's Holy Week focused, and it's focused on emotions. We have those. Next we have a game, and I'm not the biggest fan of educational games, but they do have value. They do have a lot of purpose, and my son's getting really into enjoying games lately, so I wanted to invest a little bit in games. Tiny Polka Dot is one that I heard of from Rachel at our homeschool plan, and I thought that this would be an awesome addition. It's very small and compact. You can play multiple different games. They're basically cards with different arrangements of dots, and there's a lot of different counting and math related games. So I think we'll have a lot of fun with that one. Then most of what I got from Amazon, I was trying to take advantage of the buy two get one free sale that was going on at that time. They have it, I believe, a couple times a year. Those of you who actually live in America and can normally buy from Amazon might know more of when it happens, but I saw that it was happening while I was here. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take advantage to buy some things that I can't really find on Thriftbooks or more affordable websites. So that's why I got these. So this is Over and Under the Canyon by Kate Messner. We have the Up in the Garden and Down in the Dirt book from this series, and we have read it, I can't even count how many times, with my boys. They love looking at it. They love looking at the details and the illustrations, the animals, everything that's going on. And she has a whole series of these for different types of climates. So I was like, you know, my boys are at an age where we're gonna be studying different ecosystems over the next couple of years. I'm gonna get these. I'm really excited that I was able to get this series and at a better price because of that sale. And this is Cartas en el Bosque. This is for our Spanish literature that we will be doing over the next year or 2 years. So this is also a book that's kind of harder to find at a good price, so I snagged it on the sale because it was part of that sale. And from that series, Over and Under the Pond by Kate Messner. This book is just gorgeous. We have read this one using YouTube read alouds and enjoyed it very much that way. But of course, books are more fun when you can hold them, when you can touch them, when you can pore over those pictures and see all the details. So I'm glad to have in my hands a copy of that one. Then one more game that I wish was smaller. I feel like it looked smaller on the internet. But this is the Sneaky Snacky Squirrel game, and this has been recommended by so many of my friends here on YouTube. I think Megan at Pennies and Salt and Katie from Life in the Mundane really recommend this as an early kids game in these kind of early years. So decided we ought to get something like this for my boys. Coming up soon, I'm going to be doing ocean science with my boys, and I'll be sharing more about the curriculum we're using for that, but this is a resource book I got to use for that literature-based curriculum. And this is just for me. This is a what's it called, birthday present to myself, because my birthday is this month. Is a homeschool lesson planning minimalist notebook. They sold me on the minimalist side from School Nest. She's the one who makes these notebooks. I saw it and I loved it, so I got it, and it's my birthday present. I'm all happy about it. I can show you more of that if you would be interested in seeing more of this. You probably will see more of this in the future. And the last Kate Messner book I got was Over and Under the Rainforest. This is probably the one I was most excited about because we live in the rainforest, basically. So we have, you know, hornbills and a lot of rainforest animals where we are. I believe this is more focused on the South American rainforest, but still, I think there will be a lot of relatable things to learn about in this book. All right, that is the end of this mega homeschool resource haul. I will be seeing you in the next video. Don't forget to like this video if you like homeschool hauls. Share with me, have you bought anything fun for your homeschool lately? And subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Bye!